Well, hello everybody out there in social media world, podcast world, wherever you are coming to us today, listening in. This is Shannon with the Albuquerque Hispano Chamber of Commerce, and we're kind of bringing you a unique little segment today. Not the normal podcast you'd hear from us, but we do have a special guest in the house, and we're going to be doing some talking today with Kenny Thomas, former UNM, former NBA player. And, I have to tell you guys, we have connected the last few months with Kenny on some really fun things. So today we're going to talk a little bit about that. Kenny was recently at our golf tournament, definitely the tallest guy on the course. I just want to say that out loud. Although he did have some competition from some other basketball players that were there that day. But we've just really been working together to really talk about some of the important issues in the community. And we're excited to bring you him today to have this fun conversation. Welcome to the table. I'm going to say it, Mr. Kenny Thomas.
I don't like it when she says my full name, everybody. Just to
You're
let you
not in
know.
trouble. You're not in trouble.
That sounds like my mom's calling me like something just happened. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate this opportunity to be able to come and be on the podcast. And thank you to the Hispano Chamber for having me.
Absolutely. So, Kenny, we've talked, well, I don't know, probably on a regular basis, sometimes weekly, sometimes daily, depending on what's happening. But I want to ask you, right now you have a particular project that you're working on. So I'd like to kick this off to talk about that. I know that the kickoff for that project starts this weekend. So let's just jump right into what you're working on, who you're working with, and what can we in the community know about it.
I hope I don't bug you too much. I know you're busy.
No, because we've learned to text quite well.
Thank you so much. So around the state, I'm pretty sure that everybody has heard about the TBT tournament that Brandon Mason has gotten involved in as far as adding a team into the tournament and going through that process to where the team, the enchantment, is actually in. And he's gone through that process to get us in. There's a group of 64 teams, just like the NCAA tournament. And we are an 8th seed, and we have the chance to play against the 9th seed, and we're really looking forward to it. And this coming Saturday, we're going to be having a practice up at UNM as well. And we're looking forward to actually having a exhibition game this coming Sunday at the pit, to where we can kind of bring some entertainment, and it's old alumni, UNM alumni guys, to where they've played in the past. Drew Gordon, J.R. Giddens. These guys are actually professional athletes, and at the same time, being able to come in and try to get used to each other is one of those things that's going to be unique. But at the same time, each one of these guys are in the process of trying to become a professional athlete and play in the NBA or overseas or whatever it is, or you have guys that's already been playing overseas or trying to get into the NBA. So we have to come into this opportunity to be professional athletes, and after the game on Sunday, we're going to tune up some things and have a little mini training camp and have some more practices, and then we're going to take off next Friday to actually go have our first game in Wichita, Kansas on Saturday.
Wow. Okay. So just to kind of understand, your team here that you're taking from Albuquerque to go represent in Kansas is ex players, is previous athletes. Like, where how did you build the team?
So Brandon Mason, who was a UNM basketball coach at a couple years ago, he actually put the squad together. It's former UNM basketball players to where they played at UNM, and then they've gone on to have the opportunity to play professional ball or whatever that may be, if it's overseas or in the NBA. So it's the guys that actually played for the Lobos, which is actually nice because those guys kind of know how to play the game to a certain extent, and at the same time, us coming in here and trying to get familiar with each other. Me as a coach, it's going to be unique, but at the same time, over the last couple of years, I have actually been coaching at American River College before the pandemic happened. I was an assistant coach, so this is going to be unique, and the nice thing about it is that we're getting back into this community, and it's all former Lobo players.
So that's exciting. So if you're a Lobo fan, you're out there, a fan of sports or basketball in general, what a great place to be on Sunday. So let's talk about the specifics. Sunday, what time? And then let's talk a little bit about how much are the tickets and where can we go buy them?
So this coming Sunday, the 11th, the game is at 6 p.m., and it's at the Pit. You can actually go to golobos.com to get your tickets. It should be golobos.com/tickets. And at the same time, there's going to be a 3-point contest. There's going to be a slam dunk contest, which I will not be a part of, just to let you know. I will not be jumping. Trust me, I will be over there on the sideline watching these guys and
Coaching them.
yes. I think you should jump this way because I can't do it anymore.
Coaching them to success.
And I'm not about to pop anything. I'm about to be 44 this month, so it's not happening. But it's gonna be some entertainment, and the nice thing about it is with the pandemic that happened, the Lobo basketball team, they had to go to Texas, if I recall correctly, and there hasn't been anything in the Pit. So please come out. Once again, I know everybody in New Mexico kind of wants to wait to the last minute, but which please don't do. Please don't do it. And at the same time, you can go pick up your tickets at the box office as well. The tickets start at $10 and they go as high as $25 for the lower level. I'll be engaging with the fans. Please come out and check out my new coaching style. I don't know what that's going to be, but
Hey, you got between now and Sunday to develop that. So.
yeah, it's basketball. It's going to be a little different, but we're going to see how that goes. And if the guys are playing hard, they're going to stay on the floor, and we're going to figure out that game plan, and we're going to try and give you guys a show this coming Sunday.
Well, I think it's great that you guys are doing an exhibition game because you do need that, practice in front of a crowd and that camaraderie that builds in the team. So great. You get done playing on Sunday. I'm sure you're going to be practicing all week. I know you said you take off next week to Kansas. Tell us about that. So you get to Kansas, you're playing. Ultimately, what is the goal? I know you want to win, but what's the goal?
So the goal is to get to the $1 million. Last team standing wins $1 million. We go to Kansas. July 17th is our first game. It's on ESPN3. And then if we win that game, we play July 18th, and it's also on ESPN. Oh. And then if we win that game, we play July 20th, and it's also on ESPN3. All games are on ESPN3. You can also go to the Enchantment handle on Instagram and Twitter to actually see the schedule of like who we're playing and all that. And at the same time, you can go to my handle, Kenny Thomas NBA, to also see the schedule and the games and the times of all the games that are actually being played in Wichita, Kansas.
Oh, great. Well, if you are a basketball fan, then you can see all the teams that are playing and pick and choose the games. But got to support the Lobos, got to support the New Mexico team if you're watching from anywhere in our state. So we're excited. Well, we're going to wish you guys a ton of luck on that. I know we're going to stay in touch. And plus, connect with Kenny on Facebook, on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. Real quick before we move on, Kenny, tell us how the public can connect with you on your different social medias.
Yeah, so my handle is Kenny Thomas NBA, and on Facebook it's Kenny Thomas. And to actually go follow it's called the team. Oh my God, it's not the team. It's called the Enchantment Team, which is the name of our TBT team that we're actually taking to Wichita, Kansas. Yes, we named it after the
Land of Enchantment. I love it.
Great call on that, B Mace. And at the same time, just follow that. And I want everybody to know that this is not going to be a one-time thing for us. This is something that we're going to try and build and keep this going to where we can continue to be in the TBT tournament, to where we can bring excitement back to the state and the community, which we're trying to add to Lobo sports and all the other professional sports that's going on here. If it's the United or if it's the Isotokes, it's just we're adding another component to where we're trying to bring some excitement. And me being back in the pit and being a part of the community in Lobo basketball, I'm really excited and enthusiastic about it. And what's so really nice is the Hispano chamber has been really nice to me. But
we try, Kenny.
I had to plug that in.
It's our hospitality. It's the hospitality in us here.
And it's actually an honor. I don't know if people know this, but my kids are half Hispanic. So I got a 21-year-old and I got a 13-year-old. So just being able to be associated with the Hispano chamber, and at the same time the Hispanic community is really good as well.
So speaking of kids, I know that you do a lot. Now I know you're in between states and you're not here all of the time, and you go back and forth. But you do so many different projects and initiatives in this community. And so let's talk for just a minute about some of the things that you're doing. Some of these great projects that involve the kids and the youth of the community.
So I actually am partnering up with the city of Berlin. God bless their soul with what's going on with the flooding situation right now. I talked to the head guy that's in charge of the whole city, and I have a Parks and Rec guy by the name of Josh Kern, to where we're about to develop some programming to where we're going to have some basketball tournaments and clinics. And I just had a basketball tournament, boys and girls, third grade and all the way through high school in Berlin, to kick off the Kenny Thomas Circuit, which is what we're going to be putting together, to where we're going to be going around in different cities and creating tournament opportunities to where we can help better these kids to get more exposure. And then at the same time, hopefully it's going to get to the point to where I'll be able to have some colleges come in to be able to check out the teams and things like that. And we've gotten a great response as far as the basketball programming in this community. Of course, I'm looking at partnering up with the Bernalillo County right now to do some programming there. We had great conversations. We're just trying to figure it out. My buddy Stephen Michael Casada has been very supportive, the county commissioner. We're going to look at doing some stuff in his community.
Oh, nice. Stephen's on our board here.
Yes.
At the Hispano Chamber.
Yes.
So we love that you're going to work with him to help his district, his area. And really it's all, students and kids come from all over the city and all over the state to play or what they do, but it's nice that you're going to be working in that area.
Yes, and then if there's other outside of Stephen Michael Casada's district, if people come to me and ask me and want me to be a part and do some programming, I'm totally open. People probably don't know this. I'm more open than you think, and I'm more humble than you probably think. But at the same time, it's about giving back to these kids in this community. And my thing is, I might not be able to play basketball anymore, but my knowledge is key, and I'm willing to give my knowledge to these kids and show them, to a certain extent, what it takes to get to college. Because there's it's 1 or 2% that actually get a chance to go to the NBA. But at the same time, I love teaching kids fundamentals of basketball, and at the same time discipline and getting ready for real life. So, and at the same time, I'm looking at starting my podcast, which is going to be based out of New Mexico, which is where I think my foundation is.
Woo.
Which we can talk about partnering up to where we can get some more exposure out there, which I'm totally down to do with you.
Sure. We'd love that.
And I have a kid by the name of Chris Newsom. With this is a good spin on my podcast. He's actually from here, and he went to Rio Rancho High School, and he's actually over in the PBA right now playing in the Philippines Basketball League. So me and him connected, and he actually went to my basketball camps when I did them for like 8 or 9 years when I was in the NBA a long time ago. But we're going to partner up. He's going to be my host, and I'm going to creep my brand into the Philippines. And at the same time, him being from here and me being from here, it's an opportunity for us to give back to this community and expand in this market to be able to bring some awareness. And it's just not going to be basketball. It's going to be business and basketball.
Wow. Well, you say business and you're talking Hispano Chamber. It's what we've been about for the past 46 years. We'll continue to be about that for the next 46 plus. And it's a big deal because, you and I have had these conversations before, Kenny, when we've talked, in just getting to know each other and spending the time to learn about it. I mean, you're a businessman, and what does it take to be a business owner is important. I mean, you're passionate about your sport and what you do well, but sometimes you need help. And I don't mean necessarily just you, but business owners need help in learning how to run a business, because it's all those things that you don't think about when you're putting that together. And that's where the Hispano is definitely able to fit in and partner with you, because even building a brand, even being a sports star or a landscaping business owner, whatever it may be, you have to build your brand, because that brand is you when you retire, when you leave the sport, whatever it is that you do. So it's important that we teach people how to do that. So we hope to be able to work with you on all that.
Thank you for that. And our kids are our community, and they're our future. I think when it comes to like education in so many different areas and finance, I have a platform that I'm actually about to launch that we could talk about as well, that's willing to give web seminars for education and banking in the finance world, which we can also talk about the Hispano Chamber. And then at the same time, I think just the basic principles, I don't think these kids actually know that to a certain extent, and try and bring that knowledge and bring awareness to our younger generation right now, because they need it. And they're so spoiled right now to the point to where they don't know what hard work is to a certain extent. But that's my opinion. Don't kill me. What are they? Are they millennials?
Well,
What are they?
well,
Who knows?
I think it's in all age groups, and honestly, funny that you bring that up, and no, nobody's gonna shoot you for that, because it's true. I mean, it happens in all age groups, and one of the things that we learned from COVID is just that. I mean, what were kids gonna do unless they were sitting outside in their front yards? They were really, really stuck inside their homes, and spent a lot of times on the computers and the cell phones. And so it's really about bringing them back out, getting them out into the community, back into sports, back into outdoors, whatever it is that they have passion about. And then, and I think that that's important. And who's going to do that? The leaders in the community. So Kenny, you have to take the bull by the horns on this, and really get everybody excited about getting the youth out and teaching them these important steps and being a good human being and part of the community, a good part of our community.
I'm totally here and I'm down.
Well,
that's what my brand is for, and if I can get people to listen, I'm all for it.
that I love it, and you say that a lot, and I think it's important, because again, brand is important, and giving back is huge. Giving back is huge. It's when you give, you get. It's the bottom line. We know it's how the world works. So I know that you said that you're not living here, but you go back and forth because you do a lot of traveling. But you have lived here for, it's where you went to your later high school years, and of course played UNM. So I just have to ask you, because we have our convention and tourism department here. It's a big part of what we do here at the Chamber and the community. And what is your favorite part about New Mexico?
Oh my God, it's a no-brainer. You already know I'm I'm going to the chili.
It has something to do with the color of the shirt you're wearing today.
This green? Oh yeah. I get so excited when I get off the plane to get green chili, red chili, Dion's. They just got a free plug there. I know the CEO, Mark.
Hi, Mark. We love you.
It's Rudy's Barbecue. I know that. What's up, Randy?
Rudy's is great. Hello, Randy. We love Rudy's. All great members, Dion's and Rudy's. We love it.
So and then just the people like yourself. Like it's been a nice little ride, but the people like you and I'm just gonna say it. If it wasn't for you, I would not be in this market right now, because it started with the golf tournament, which I was just a part of. And I haven't been here in years, because it's been one of those things to where I feel like people want me to come into this market and give my all, but I haven't had the support on to where it's a mutual thing. And now you and Jennifer Gomez has helped jumpstart that, and I even went back and got my degree in 2019 because of Jennifer Gomez.
I'm so excited that you brought that up. So I definitely, as we start to wind down, this is something really important that I wanted to talk to you about. So first and foremost, big shout out to Dr. Jennifer Gomez Chavez because, you know, Jen and I have been friends for many, many years. She reached out to me and she says, "Have you met Kenny Thomas?" I said, "Oh my gosh, probably in passing. I don't know that I know him personally." She says, "I'm going to do some work with Kenny. Would you work with me to do some work with Kenny?" And then all of a sudden, as we met and we got to talking, I was like, wait a minute, he's doing business. He's doing a lot of stuff. You know, you only know surface Kenny. You only know surface Shannon. And if you don't know somebody, you just don't know what you don't know. And as we got to know each other, I was like, wow, he wants to be in the community. He just wants support and maybe some connections and maybe thoughts of where to go. I mean, you haven't lived in Albuquerque full time for a long time. So that's what we're here to do is remake those connections. So huge shout out to Jennifer. But in that conversation, right around our education banquet time, I remember talking because I was like, I did not know that Kenny went back and got his degree. This is huge, Kenny. We want to talk to you about this for a minute, but in the future, in the years to come, I think that your story is inspirational, why it was important for you to do that. And we definitely want to be sharing that in the future. So tell us a little bit about how that came to be.
Thank you. Back in '99, when I got drafted, it's like the last. I was in my last semester, and I'm like, okay, well, I got to go get ready for the combine and like get ready to get drafted. So I just up and left to a certain extent. I didn't finish the second semester, so I was 25 credits short from graduating. And then here I am 18 years later, still talking to Jennifer, who was my academic advisor when I was actually at UNM.
She's still your advisor, Kenny.
Right. She is like my second mom, but I can't call her mom. Her name is Mamacita.
Mamacita.
And she's like, Kenny, you need to get your degree. You don't understand how impactful this could be because you came back 18 years later and got your degree. So it took me 2 semesters, and I got it in December of 19. Thank you. I was trying to figure out or connect to the right people to where I could probably speak at graduation, and then that didn't happen. Jennifer was trying to help me there, and next thing you know, the pandemic happened, and then I got my paper in the mail after these 2 months of unbelievable hard work of being out of school for 18
You
years.
haven't been in school 18 years.
And it's all online. And I'm like, it was a great experience, and getting back into the swing of that.
Kenny, it's humbling to go back to school. I have to tell you, at the end of last year, or not the end of last year, mid last year to the end of last year, I had the incredible privilege. Thank you to the Hispano Chamber and the support that we have here. I was able to take an incredible business class through the Stanford through Stanford University, but a business course, and it was intense. I mean, 6 months of homework, and I mean intense homework and projects aren't like what they used to be when I was in school. I mean, we're talking videos and all kinds of stuff. And I kept thinking, oh my goodness gracious. So kudos to you, 2 semesters. I don't know that I would have made it.
Oh my goodness. It was planning. It was consuming. It was the smallest thing could take me an hour. I'm like, whoa, is this really happening? But I wanted to make sure that I was doing it right and taking my time, and there's no way I was gonna take that class over again. So
it's now or never.
Right? So I mean, it's been great, and it feels good. Especially, I needed to get my degree before my oldest son. He graduates from Georgetown, University of Georgetown next May.
I love that. I have to get my degree before my son.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
And then Jennifer, we've been talking about the whole education perspective and the things that she's doing with the Hispano
with
Chamber.
Hispano.
And I would love to be a spokesman for that, to be able to get the word out and let people know that you still can. And another thing that me and Jennifer really want to work on is that when I came back to school, there wasn't a lot of funding there for me based off of me being in school for 4 years. All the money I made for the school and all the NCAA tournaments we went to 4 years in a row. Here I am trying to come back to school, trying to figure out funding. There was no way I should have had to pay for my own school based off of everything that I've done for the school. So I would love to eventually, if it's based off of money that I make in the future, based off of all the different business opportunities that I have, I will try and figure out something to help fund this, because I know that there's students out there that have not gotten their degree. and they're just trying to figure out how they can get it and who wants to take on more of that debt. Maybe there's grants to where Jennifer could get funding or things like that. That's one of those things to where I feel like it needs to just happen.
Well, one good thing I can say, and we're excited about what the future may hold. The Hispano Chamber for 35 years now, coming up this year, has been instrumental in the scholarship program. It's the big piece of our education program that we have here at the chamber, and we are so proud to say that we just crossed over $2.5 million that we've given out in collaboration with community partners and our fabulous golf tournament. Our golf tournament this year raised double what it's ever raised in the history of tournaments, and we're so thankful. We'll give away the most money ever next year for our students. And the greatest thing that we did this year, Kenny, is we gave away a scholarship to every single student that applied. Oh, wow. So here's what we realized: we need more students to apply, because we reached it. We reached the goal of giving to every student, and I believe it was close to 75 students. So, with the help of the community, everybody that's out there listening, Kenny's got this passion for let's get you back into school and get your degree. We have a passion for let's make sure that we offer opportunities to students that are seniors or that are maybe freshmen in college that are looking for an opportunity scholarship. And let's make sure that they know how to apply for these scholarships with us and anybody else. And then let's go out and raise the money with the community to partner to give this money out, because it's really important to the future of the community.
Oh, totally agree. And I want to touch on the subject of Vanessa Alarid and Mo Maestas. Huge friends of mine. I graduated high school with Vanessa. She's been amazing. Jeff Garrett is her client, and as you know, the amazing, awesome Ken Sanchez that passed away. I've been working on this project with him since 2014. Sports complex on the west side, and Vanessa and Mo have done an amazing job looking at getting that project going to where we're going to have probably 10 to 12 courts, hopefully a cafe. I'm looking at talking to Starbucks right now about doing some basketball stuff. Maybe Starbucks might get involved. Having weights for parents and for the kids separate, having classrooms, having tutors, all different kinds of things to where these kids can come and have an out, and the parents can come and also have an out as well. My website that I just reamped and launched is kennythomas.com. I actually just launched my clothing line with Zia Graphics, which is some UNM shirts for men and women right now, and it's going to gradually grow into a golf line, and it's going to go. I got golf stuff coming. I got leggings coming. I got my KT logo, if you check that out right there. There's just a variety of different things that I have going on, and it's just been a nice ride, and I'm just getting a lot of support right now, and it just feels really good. And at the same time, the support's coming, but we need to figure out how to give back, and I'm totally open to doing more things, and we'll see what happens.
So I think as we close out this time, Kenny, I think that the big ask in the community is, hey, if you have an idea, an opportunity how to collaborate, how to give back, or help fund some of these projects or whatever, Kenny, how can they reach out to you? I know social media, but is the website, what's the best way for people to get in touch with you?
You can go to the website, kennythomas.com, and there's an information email there to where my marketing guy and some other people that's a part of my team, to where...
Should we mention their names? Just because we've had a lot of calls with them. I feel like we're on a first name basis.
Oh, it's Brad, Erica, Jennifer, Josh Kearns on the basketball side. I have some people in the Philippines that's going to help with the production side of my podcast.
You got a little team going on.
Yeah, I got a little team going. And then I failed to mention my PPE company, which is kpdglobalsolutions.com. I know there really isn't been a high demand right there as far as PPE right now, but at the same time, you never know. It might be needed, but I figured I would throw it out there. And if people need PPE supplies, it's kpdglobalsolutions.com.
Fantastic. You have a lot going on, but we're excited that you've chosen this community, coming back home, if you will, to kind of launch some of these things and really work in the community. So, one more time, Sunday at the Pit. I know that there's a practice on Saturday, but on Sunday, 6 o'clock at the Pit, exhibition game, along with Brandon Mason, your partner in crime on this project, if you will. We're going to see Kenny coaching ex-Lobo players, previous UNM basketball players. We're excited about that in hopes of, winning next week in Kansas and moving up and up and up to win the tournament. Hey, Kenny, we need to talk to you after this about bringing that tournament to Albuquerque next year or in the future.
Hey,
Just saying.
Brandon Mason is already working on something.
Just saying. And always remember, Convention and Tourism here at the Hispano Chamber. We're here to help you out. Make sure and get great rates on those rooms. And we'll talk in the future. But I'm excited about having tourism back now that the state is open, and of course conventions and conferences back in our beautiful city. So we're really excited about that.
I'm really looking forward to it. There's a lot of different things that could be going on from the tourism perspective. I even have my PPE partner to where I'm gonna throw this out there. He has one of the third largest turf companies in the world, and that he's a part of. And he has a partnership with the 49ers and the Raiders. He has access to get the Raiders to come out here for a golf tournament. It might not be a bad idea to partner up with the Hispano Chamber.
You just said Raiders, and I have to tell you, in Albuquerque, you're either a Raiders fan or a Cowboy fan, and I know there's a few in between, but we have some diehards. Those are the two biggest groups. So if we did something with Raiders, it would be ridiculous.
Yes, we got to change it up, because when I was growing up here, it was always Cowboys would come into town.
No, we got a large Raider fan base here. We got a huge Raider fan base here.
Oh, yeah, so we got to change that up. And at the same time, he has access to some other opportunities as well. So
Wonderful.
We can figure those out. And once again, people want to reach out to me, go to Kenny Thomas NBA. That's my handle on all my platforms. And I'm totally open. And God bless New Mexico.
Absolutely. And, Kenny is very accessible. You guys can reach out to us here at the Hispano Chamber. I want to thank you guys for joining us. We are excited to see you Sunday night, Kenny. We'll make sure and get the word out again at the UNM Pit, the first time they're reopening since the pandemic. And they're doing it to Kenny Thomas and team, Brandon and team. So we will see you Sunday. Go here on this podcast and on the live links that are in social media. We'll put the ticket links for you as well. $10 to $25 in support of this. So we will see you all soon next Tuesday for the regular scheduled podcast. And you guys have a wonderful, safe weekend. And Kenny, we'll see you Sunday night.
And thank you so much. Once again, do not wait to the last minute.
It's New Mexico.
Do not wait. And then you're going to be mad if you're standing outside and there's hundreds of people outside. Go online to golobos.com/tickets. And at the same time, you can go to the box office right now and purchase your tickets.
We will purchase our tickets, and we will see you guys there. Bye, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate you all.
Bye, all.